What's going on YouTube? This is Jarrell Flint back with another video, and on this one we're going to be talking about used cars, using the internet to shop for used cars. I did a video on new cars, on how to use TrueCar. In my opinion, that's going to be the best way to get the lowest price on a vehicle, just as a starting point, rather than walking into the dealership and trying to start with whatever price they want to and work your way down. That's going to give you the best starting point. So check that video out. I'll include a link below this video for that one. But this one we're going to be talking about used cars, and used cars a little bit more, I'm not going to say difficult, but it requires a lot more patience because you kind of have to know exactly what it is you're looking for. So what I went ahead and did, I went ahead and just plugged in a Lexus ES350 with a max price of $20,000, and I typically like to do a 3-year range when you're searching for used cars. So a couple of things you want to pay attention to is the price, the year, and the mileage. And what you're going to do, you're going to pay attention to cars and look for ones that are overpriced or underpriced. And as you begin to do this, after a little bit of time, it should be really a couple of minutes, depending on what kind of car you're looking at, you'll be able to determine what the general market is in a specific range. This is an Atlanta zip code, and I got it with a 100-mile search radius. So first car listed here is a 13 ES350, $16,750, over 100,000 miles. Now immediately below it, you got one with 63,000 miles, not even $1,000 more. So that should immediately jump out to you that this is overpriced, right? Also look at the Carfax, one owner Carfax. That plays a role too, but we will touch on that in a minute. So let's come on down a little further. As you can see, the base model's trim level does play an important role also. So you'll see here, these are kind of close, same year. This one has a little bit less mileage, so it's a little cheaper. So this isn't really a big gap. Same thing with this one, right? Now we're into the 14s. Okay, so here we go right here. Now the years are a little bit off, but the mileage is practically identical. So keep a record of this, because 18.7, 19.6, both of these vehicles look the exact same as far as body. They hadn't changed the body style in this particular year. So, but really what I want to look for, I want to look for something that has a big disparity, like this right here. This is exactly what you want to look for. All right. 2013 ES350, 19.9, 62,000 miles. 2013 ES350, 18.7, 35,000 miles. Look at the disparity in price. Both have one owner Carfaxes, same year, same trim level, so options should be pretty much the same. This is what you're looking for right here. If I'm shopping for an ES350, I wouldn't even entertain this. This is overpriced. I wouldn't even try to negotiate on this price to drop it down. I mean, you could if that's really the car that you wanted, and you could use this price here maybe as a baseline. But again, you want to know how long they've had this car. You don't know how they acquired it, whether they paid too much for it on trade, bought it at auction. All of those are factors, and that's why shopping for a used car and negotiating a used car is a lot more difficult than a new car. So this is a prime example. So what I would recommend you doing is getting a pen and pad or whatever note-taking application you use on your phone or laptop or whatever, and you want to, this should now kind of be your baseline. A 2013, 35,000 miles, 18.7. If you come across a 13 closer in mileage and maybe it's a little cheaper, then X this one out and then go at that one, and that way you can determine what the general market is. So we got a 2014 here, Again, you could use the same logic with this one. This is a 14 with less mileage, year newer, and it's still cheaper than this one. Now let's take a look at the Carfax, because that sometimes that kind of tells you why it might be priced a little differently. Got accident damage, 2 previous owners. Probably why that car is priced a little cheaper. But let's look at the accident history if we can do it. 2 accidents, and let's see, 01 2014. Front impact, right side primarily damaged. Airbags did not deploy. And what was the other one? 928. It hit a parked motor vehicle involving right front impact. So, in my experience in the car business, if the airbags didn't deploy, may or may not be a big deal. I mean, if you can't tell it was hit, maybe you get a steal. I would probably have this one taken to a mechanic that I trust, have them look at it, make sure everything is good to go. I would recommend that on any used car, but these are the kind of things that you want to look at. So that's where the patience and doing your homework comes in. Unless your circumstances force you to buy a car immediately, take your time. Do it a couple of weeks out. That way, you know what the market is. You can determine what a overpriced car is. And you can determine what a good deal is, and use that as a starting point to negotiate. So I think on this one you kind of get the gist of it. But let's look at a different type of car. Let's look at a Toyota. Because I get it, everybody might not want a luxury car. So let's look at something a little bit more economical, if you will. And again, I like to do a 3-year range. So we're going to do 2015 to 2017. All right, immediately, 574 matches. I didn't look at what the Lexus was, but I know it wasn't that many. I would be surprised if it was over 100. So what I would recommend you do when you're looking at a Toyota, a Ford, a Nissan, whatever, do it by trim level. Unless you're looking at some luxury, but even if you're doing luxury, you can still do it by trim level just to be more specific. And for this one, what I'm going to do lowest mileage, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. Okay, so got a 2016 SE, 1699. 2017, let's go ahead and skip down a little bit, see if we can find something a little bit more obvious. 2017 SE. Okay, perfect. Take a look at this right here. 5,100 miles, 5,800 miles. They're both SEs. I mean, why would this one be $3,000 more expensive? And this one is certified, right? Prime example of, yes, CarMax, and they don't negotiate and all of that, but that's a big jump. And a Toyota certified car is going to come with a certain amount of warranty. I'm not too sure what it is, but certified cars, if you can get them, their warranties are usually pretty good. So automatically, I wouldn't even consider this, and because CarMax doesn't negotiate, I definitely wouldn't consider it. Let's see if we can go a little further down the list here. See if we can find anything else that kind of stands out to us. 2017 again. Another perfect example. 2017 SEs. $1,000 difference on the mileage, but almost $2,000 different in the price. So based on what I'm seeing, if I was shopping for a car, 2017 SE 17.6 right here. Where was that other one? 18.5. So anything between 17.6 and 18.5. You see this one has a little bit more mileage. And it's still cheaper than this one, which I guess that's kind of makes sense. But this is kind of in the range I would be looking at right here, both under 10,000 miles. That would kind of be where my starting point is. Here we go. We got another one here, 17.9. So based on what I'm seeing here, a 2017 Camry SE should fall in the 17 range. 18.5 being on the high end. Here's another 18 right here. So look at the mileage, one owner Carfax. So these three cars right here, perfect example. All are pretty much in the same kind of ballpark. Certified cars may push the price up a little bit, but again, if it's priced correctly, or the dealership acquired it from, it was maybe in their loaner inventory or something like that, or didn't give a lot for it on trade, that's going to help. So again, 18.4, 17.9, here's a 16 for 15.5. So again, it just really just depends on your budget, the model you're looking at, and how much you're looking to spend. Let's just do a LE for comparison one more time. I think y'all pretty much get the gist of it. I'm not going to make a 25-minute video like the True Car one, but that one was actually a process. All right, 2017 LEs. All right, almost identical mileage here. So 19.4, 18.6. Okay, let's see if we can get some other cars into the mix to really determine something. 16.9, and this has 11,000 miles on it. Okay, so automatically this one's going to jump out at me. So let's see what else we got. 17 LE, 11,000. Okay, another, again, prime example. Look at this. I mean, why is this one almost $2,000 or just under $2,000 more? Why? What really justifies that? This one has a one owner Carfax. Let's see if it has any accident history on it. Does have an accident on it. Let's take a look. 12/26, 2016. Rear end collision involving rear end impact. So again, you'll want to just have it inspected, make sure everything looks good. Let's take a look at this one. Clean Carfax, 2 owners. So with that being the case, does an accident relegate this car to a death sentence where you have to pay or exalt this one and put it on a higher level because it has a cleaner Carfax? That's subjective. That's something you as the consumer, you have to make that determination. But see, all of these things play a factor in how dealerships price their cars. So I'm kind of glad we came across this. This one has the clean Carfax. This one has the accident on the Carfax. They both had 2 owners. No, this was a 1 owner, the one with the accident. This one had 2 owners. So again, you kind of got to pick your poison, and it's your preference. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take some homework, some due diligence on your part. But this can work with any model car. Maybe on the Toyotas, I would drop it down to a 30-mile radius, something like that, to lower this down. But again, used cars are going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more homework to shop for and understand what the market is, so what's overpriced as opposed to a new car. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. I'll try to get to them. And don't forget, Hold Back, the Consumer's Playbook for Buying a Car, is the book that I wrote on that. It has a lot of good information, and I'll include a link to that below the video also. And I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Later.